I'm going to reiterate things I've said before, but I want to focus on this one verse that Jeremiah wrote as the prophet of God, saying the new covenant that God will give us will be when he will write the law on our hearts. And Jesus then promised that when he said, "My Holy Spirit I give to you, my Comforter. I will send him to you to guide you into all truth." And Jesus did not promise a book, because that book did not come until a few centuries later. And even then, the canon couldn't be agreed on by all the people of the time. If you believe in the King James, it was 16 centuries before we got that. Why would God wait so long when Jesus gave his church the Spirit? And the Spirit guides you into all truth, and that is written on your hearts. And Paul himself, in his letter to the Romans, saying how the law only brings death, but it's grace we have now, says that even the Gentiles who haven't got the law show by their behaviour that the law is written on their hearts. And this is what we have that teaches us to move forward with our morals and change things and break new boundaries by abolishing slavery, by giving women the vote, by giving rights of equality to all people who need it, for defending the oppressed, for fighting for justice, for all those things that we can see morally we need to do. And just relying on a book is not going to do it, because Jesus promised us the Spirit. And if we have that, what more do we need? His law is written on our hearts. That should be it. We don't need to go into any more discussion of rights and wrongs of what Paul wrote and even actually what Jesus said. Well, we can discuss what this means, but that becomes quite subjective. And that's a very complex topic I should cover in my book, which I'll get written at some points in my next book. That's just what I want to point out. The law is written on our hearts, not on paper. And in holding on to that, we defeat what is going to be the greatest lie. Just say next. So follow me for more.